Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo. It is a beautiful Saturday. A little bit warmer out there today, which is good compared to, I don't know if you guys know, but it snowed last week. It can stop doing that. It can absolutely stop doing that. You guys got your taste of snow. Now let it go, and let's move on to spring. And hopefully the rodent sees or doesn't see a shadow. I don't know how it works. All I know is a rodent, and I wonder if anyone in this room has ever eaten groundhog before, or would they? Matthew, would you eat groundhog?
I mean, I guess I wouldn't be opposed, but I
Okay.
never have, no.
All
Take
right.
that as a yes.
I'm going to go with a yes there. This is the Upstate Pulse. Here's what we do here on the Upstate Pulse. We don't talk politics. You get plenty of that during the week with all of our award-winning programs. We geek out on Saturday night for 2 hours. We talk video games. We talk comic books. We talk toys. We talk just all kinds of stuff that you would click on during the week and go, oh, that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll buy that. I wish someone else would talk about this so I'd know if I should buy that or not. And if you were going to buy it, you should go to Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive. Open 7 days a week. They would be glad to help you out with whatever you're looking for as far as vintage toys goes, as far as video games, comic books, manga, D&D stuff, all that kind of things. So on today's show, we've got a lot of stuff to get to, including the latest episode of Dragon Ball Daima. We're going to talk some Cartoon Network. Someone put out a ranking of Cartoon Network shows from the 2000s, and at least 3 of us have watched the majority of them, I'm sure.
I don't know what the list is, but I guarantee you I have seen every single show on that list.
There was one that I hadn't heard of before, and we'll talk about it when we get there. All the other ones I had seen. Right. So I don't know if they had Cartoon Network in Ireland.
We shall discuss that
at
the appropriate time.
All right. We're also going to talk Xbox Development Direct.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to do some Nerd Roundtable. Before we get to all that, let us introduce those of us who are on the show. I've already introduced me, so I don't have to introduce me again. Me, Lonzo. Dak Cameron.
Hi. Me, Cameron.
I
hope you enjoy the...
Wow.
Well, I'm apparently very sinister tonight. Yes. Welcome into my lair. I hope you're strapped in for the ride.
That's not bad. I love the intro into The Rock, man. I mean,
I like it.
If Cameron was feeling a little bit better, he would bang his head. If he did that now, though, he might lose something.
I'm just trying not to cough.
There we go. All right. Also with us, you've heard his deep voice already. None of us can imitate the amazing magnificence of Matthew Causey.
Hey guys, what's up?
Doing his best Peter Brady, and he doesn't know who that is, probably. So
I don't know who that is, but I got it.
Now that you said it, I can't stop saying it.
All right. And
or he's a Rick and Morty character.
And also, yeah, or there's that. Yeah. Also, Odie's here.
So what? South Park? Odie's from South Park?
When he mentioned Rick and Morty voice, yeah. I did Mr. Poopy Butthole from
Wow.
South Park.
I don't know if he should say that or not.
Probably not, but it's already been said.
It's okay. No, he got it. I
didn't think about it.
Listen, we're not here to think. We are not.
That's it. That's the thing there.
Yeah, we are not here to think, not even slightly.
Wow. Look at you. You finally got to push the button on the show. Good for you.
No, I pushed it last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
For yourself? Oh.
Someone might have said something.
Oh, that's right. You got to do that a couple times.
Moving swiftly on. Actually, that's popping your and my cherry for the...
Okay. All right. Odie is here, in case you didn't know.
It's going to be one of those nights, ladies and gentlemen. One of those nights.
All right. If you want to be a part of the show...
I just realized I said the wrong character anyway.
Yeah. Yes, how dare you?
I did.
If you want to be a part of the show, the text line is 1-800-905-0989. We have a texter already. It says, Lonzo, you'll eat whatever you need to eat to survive. It all depends on your level of starvation at the time. I don't know what that means. Also, hey, there's someone on YouTube called Troll Central. And I love the name. We'll see if it's an apt name or not. If you want to watch the show, we are live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We are live on Twitch at either the Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WORD. So as we get started, I'm going to be a little bit serious right now because I have to issue an apology, and it's something that's a long time coming, and it's not a written apology where if I have offended someone, I will. This is
get your ukulele out.
This is an apology. I don't need backing music because I'm probably going to get a little angry, maybe, and I don't need it. I don't need it because.
Why would you get angry for a sincere apology?
Well, because of the reason why I have to apologize. I am going to apologize to Chris Evans for something that happened about 9 years ago, and it's been bearing on me. Other people have impacted this and made it worse, and because of that, there was a excuse me, a little choked up about this. There was an incident about 9 years ago between Chris and Patrick Brown, and I thought it was funny, and I let it go. It's been known as They Live for a very long time, and that's when I allowed something to happen that creeped in. It festered. It became an open sore, an open wound to the degree where I had to sever the limb, and to the point where I have been upset for an entire year because I allowed politics to creep into something that was mine, something that even though other shows and stations had done it, this was the only pop culture one in the upstate who did this thing. And so I apologize to Chris because I should have stopped it then. If I would have stopped it then and said, hey, no, you can't do that, maybe we wouldn't have gotten to what we got last year, to the point where it's been there's been a lot of anger from me when it comes to what happened about a year ago around this time, and where there are two what is called bits for some people, what is called segments for others that have been a staple of the Upstate Pulse since we started. One is the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special, and we do that every year, and hopefully we will continue to do that if the show continues, and I hope it will. We'll see after today. I don't know. But the other one is something that was taken from me, and that was the Upstate Pulse bracket. And because of someone I will not name, I had decided to kill the whole thing. And then I started thinking about it. First of all, I wanted to apologize to Chris because if I'd have stopped it then, it wouldn't have got to where it got last year, and I didn't do that. There have been other perpetrators, including some people in this room, including T2, some other perpetrators, Rob Brown, definitely in on the whole thing. And so I've decided that I am not going to let people beat me. This is mine. This is what I want to do. This is my show. And we're going to do brackets. Woohoo! Not only are we going to do brackets, we are doing boy toys. So here's the thing. No. My show, we're doing boy toys. So Timothy Chalamet is on the list.
Oh, we're doing dreamy hunky guys.
That's what a boy toy is.
I thought like you meant like
I
toys.
thought the swerve was actually going to be toys.
We are going to
that was like
Matt Damon is on the list.
Matchbox.
There are a lot of different
that kind of
boy toys.
I thought you meant like actual like childhood toys.
Yeah, you see, I was thinking Matchbox and Super Soakers.
Yeah,
and,
stuff like that.
All right,
like
so
this is vengeance.
So not only are we going to do this.
Oh, I don't care. I will tell you.
Not only are we going to do this.
I will tell it. No
as we go to break.
Yeah,
we're going to do it starting in the next segment.
Oh yeah.
You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Hand them out. Hand them out.
No, not until we're on the air. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. He's a sexy boy,
Yeah, but
he's not your boy toy. So no, he is not on the list.
Can I play the song "Sexy Boy"? Oh, I'll get it lined up.
No,
You're probably gonna get flagged
For what?
for that.
he's probably thinking of a different song, so he probably has no idea what we're talking about. We're talking about the theme from Shawn Michaels, Odie. Do you know the theme from Shawn Michaels?
Good point.
I know Matthew doesn't know it, so I mean,
We think Matthew
he might have it like on his phone as a ringtone. Could be.
could be the theme of his life.
It could be.
I wouldn't know.
His hair flip is reminiscent of Shawn Michaels.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, I don't have it.
At the moment, I feel like I'm channeling as much Orange Cassidy.
I told Chris that I was going to apologize. Hopefully, he tuned in to hear the apology. My money is on Matthew McConaughey to win the whole thing.
All right.
Matthew McConaughey was at the SmackDown last night, and Kevin Owens made fun of his Texans, talking about how Ohio State beat them. Come on, Trey. I love Level 42. Something About You, and a bunch of other songs. I had a couple of their albums, and if you ever watch, their bass player, who's also the lead singer, is a virtuoso, and he is an amazing bass player.
This will be playing over the radio and not over the stream.
Okay,
It's a good song for this segment. It's clean.
Whatever, man. I mean, I don't care. Tag on it. The top thing is cut off. Oh boy, I need to.
$1 million. Give it to me, Matthew.
I don't have $1 million.
No, but do the Matthew voice.
Oh, the $1 million.
I thought you were going to go deep.
It's been a while since I've put the clip. Hold on.
Here's the thing: he wasn't wanting you to do any sort of reference. He
No,
just
not
wanted
any
you to
reference.
do-
Just the Matthew $1 million.
There is no Matthew $1 million.
There is.
But
It's always
you're trying
the
to
voice.
create a reference
There's no reason to do that without doing the voice.
Okay.
because you're doing Dr. Evil.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Maybe you can make
Where
it
are
your
you
own.
at?
Where's my head at?
Where is your mind?
Where is my mind?
Like, it's not
My
funny.
Oh, I
mind-
know where your
25,
mind is. It's
25.
vengeance.
My
Like,
mind is
the
angry.
phrase $1 million in itself is
Tired of people
funny.
taking my
It's
stuff.
funny because of the context of the joke and
Okay,
the way that
fine.
he says it.
Okay, fine.
You know,
Jeebus.
Sometimes we gotta teach you comedy.
It's all about the
it's actually if you explain the joke,
timing.
it becomes funnier.
It actually does sometimes. Sometimes it does.
Sometimes it can, but that's very rare.
You
I've
have
had-
to be really good at it. To be
I've
able
had a
to
couple of
explain it and
people
be-
sitting
It's
very
really
close.
only funnier when explaining it itself is the joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I've been talking to a few
Or you're
people.
just ripping into people as hard as you can.
No, I don't repent. I've had a few people at the front of the stage, and I've had to explain to them a few times, and that just became part of the act that night. It was funny as hell.
I mean, it's like anything else. You gotta roll it.
You got to roll with the punches.
Chris, Rob Brown would tell you he's a boy toy. Of course. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. I'm a vengeful Alonzo. That's Odie. That's Cameron. That's Matthew. Those who I would take vengeance upon. Not Matthew so much.
Why would you take vengeance upon me? She was green.
Yeah. Anyway, this is
It's
my
true.
my
It is
fault.
true.
I let it go for a very long time, and I'm not letting you guys take something from me. I'm not, because it's mine, my own, my precious.
You
That's exactly how it works.
You act as if you hadn't planned this for a year.
I am a very patient man. I decided to do this yesterday.
No, you didn't.
I absolutely decided
Oh,
to do it
did you?
yesterday.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
That is perfectly in character for him. It can either
Yes.
be the longest plan of all time, or he can whip up something on the at the drop of a dime.
When I have an idea, I
So-
go with it. That's what this show is about.
When inspiration
That's what the
strikes.
show has been about.
Did you stand in your office yesterday and just say, "Allow me to whip this out"?
No, but I use that cut all the time on the Rob Brown show. I'm sorry, the Rod Brown show.
Rod Brown.
With Rod Brown?
All right, so let me explain how these brackets work. All right, there is a panel of 4, which just happens to be how many are in this room right now. Some are reputable, some maybe not so much.
2.
The 4 of us will vote on the matchups, and if there is a tie, we will go to the text line. And if we go to the text line, the first person to text in the answer, that will make said boy toy go through. So say,
is it going to be your text line or my text line?
say,
Because I know they come in. I know they come in faster.
oh no, it's mine.
Why is it yours all of a sudden?
It's mine.
You're blaming me for last year.
It's mine.
You
All right,
take 9
I
days.
am in control of this whole thing. All right, so here's how this works. Let's say it's Matt Damon versus Timothy Chalamet,
Matt Damon.
and the young ones in the room, Cameron and Matthew, go for Timothy Chalamet, and Odie and myself would go for Matt Damon. That would make it a tie, and then I would say, all right, the first person to text in either Matt Damon or Timothy Chalamet at 1-800-905-0989. That will be the one that goes through. This is the most controversial tiebreaker system probably in the entire world, but at least in this building, to the point where people hate me because of it. And so here's what I would do if I were you and I was going to play along, and why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I would go ahead, and if you don't have it in there already, have 1-800-905-0989 programmed into your phone. And when we talk about a matchup and you already know who you want to go through, I would go ahead and type that into my phone and be ready to hit send when one of us says 3, 2, 1. And then the first person to get through will actually push through. In this case, it would have been Timothy Chalamet, because he's definitely more dreamy than Matt Damon, who's old. All right. And Timothy Chalamet has been in Dune. He's been in he's Willy Wonka. He is Bob Dylan. I mean, he's
I'm not
everyone.
necessarily disputing this particular scenario, because I probably would have went with Timothy Chalamet, but but are we going by what they look like now, or are we going by their prime? Because if we're going to do this, we might as well just go all in.
Yes.
Right?
But it's got
to be their prime.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Is that'd be the best way to do
All
it.
right. So I'm going to hand out the sheets now, and you can pass that down to Matthew, and we will get started on our first matchup.
Take one down, pass it around.
Oh, wow. You actually got a full list on this.
I do. By the way,
right.
the top 2, I'll have to tell you who they are because it got cut off. All right, so stop the music. We don't need any music. Like I said, we didn't need any music.
It's sexy boy music.
No one knows that song but you.
No, they do. See?
Okay, never heard that song before ever in my entire life.
Listen, just because I'm a European,
It sounds
okay?
it sounds like something that would be playing in a strip club.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I
A
thought.
few times.
Not
That's
really.
what I thought.
Not really good for this show. Not our kind of.
All right,
Have you
so-
met me?
So here we go.
I have, but you make
We-
up 1/4 of this thing.
We are going to get to our first
Or a
matchup.
quarter.
I heard that too, Chris. We're going to get to our first matchup, and our first matchup is
What's the top name? I can't see it.
the skateboard versus the game Risk. All right, the top one is cut off. So the skateboard,
What's the skateboard?
a skateboard,
A skateboard.
a skateboard. He never really even looked at it. Of course, we're not doing boy toys. These are toys that boys played with when they were little boys.
You know what?
I'm gonna be
No,
honest.
No.
I got this. I was handed this. I looked at this, and I was legitimately disappointed that we were not doing boy toys.
I wanted to
I
let
was
my
so ready for that.
I wanted
I
to
was
let
so
my,
ready
my
for a
man
meme bracket
crushes.
like
I was
that.
going to let my man crushes out. You know, I have man crushes, and there could be bromances.
All right, so let me
No.
tell you how this list was
No.
compiled.
I'm not
This
playing.
is the top toys from 1976 until now. The reason why I went with 1976, oh no, it's 74.
Yeah.
In 1974, I was 6 years old. I think when you're around 6 or 7 is when you really start. I mean, you're playing with stuff when you're a kid, but
Playing-
around
Do you know what you're playing with now? My emotions.
around that 6 or 7, you're going, mommy, can I have a Batman toy? That kind of thing. Up to now, and also a ton of these are also in the Toy Hall of Fame. So there's going to be some things that you're going to go, quit complaining about. You guys, people complain about the bracket every year. Okay.
There's no Hot Wheels on this list.
Yeah, there is.
There's no Hot Boys in it
there is.
either.
It's at the top left. It's the other thing that's cut off.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So top right. My bad.
Yeah.
It's Hot Wheels. All right. So let us go with skateboard versus the game Risk. Now, skateboard, a lot of people have ridden a skateboard. I was really into skateboards when I was a kid, even into college. Nearly got arrested on a college campus. Skateboarding is not a crime. I don't care what you say, especially you, campus cop,
Yeah.
who show me your training. You didn't have no training.
No training.
And when we were hitting the hills at Otterbein University, you wouldn't have caught us anyway. And, well, you guys don't look like you're on the football team. What's the coach's name?
Coach footballer.
Yeah. We nearly got arrested on a Sunday because we were skateboarding by the chapel.
I don't understand what
They had the
people-
best walks, the best inclines, all that kind of stuff. Anyway,
That's all other.
so skateboard. I even had the little narrow fiberglass things because we couldn't afford the bigger ones. I got a bigger one when I went to college. It was concave. It was nice. It wasn't like the stuff like T2 rides at the skate park. Going up against Risk. Risk is one of those games where I think you probably need to be around 10 before you really get the game of Risk. And there's been many different versions of it. Cameron and I played a version of it, which was Lord of the Rings. And each round, the ring would move closer to Mount Doom. So you were trying to do, conquer places if you were playing the orcs and stuff, or if you were playing the elves and things. And meanwhile, the ring was constantly moving towards Mount Doom. Also, when I worked at an auto parts warehouse, we played Risk at lunch. We'd just leave the board there. So we'd have about a half-hour lunch. The next day we'd come in and eat lunch, and the board would be, hopefully, could have been some cheating, exactly where it was the day before, and we would continue to command and conquer. All right, so skateboard versus Risk. Odie, who do you got?
Matt Damon. Oh, sorry. Skateboards.
All right, Odie is going with skateboards. Matthew, who do you got?
That's a tough decision because I love Risk. I love the game of Risk. I was never a skateboard guy, but I feel like skateboards themselves are probably a bit more iconic as far as like toys go. But being such a big Risk fan, I think I got to go with Risk.
There you go. All right, Cameron, who you got?
I'm also going to go with Risk.
All right, so we got
It's a risky move.
one skateboard. We got two
Well taken.
Risks.
Bold move, Cotton.
I love the game of Risk. It is one of my favorite games of all time because it requires strategy and you get to conquer. And I'm someone who loves to conquer.
Is Conan a role model?
Like I conquered my hate, conquered my pain, and brought back the brackets. I am going with skateboard, so we have a tie. So our very first selection is a tie. Let me remind you of the phone number. Do not pick now because it won't count until you hear a countdown. It's 800-905-0989. Whenever we give the countdown, you pick either skateboard or Risk. Which one will go through? Cameron, give them a countdown.
3, a 2, a 1.
All right, so the next person who texts either skateboard or Risk will that particular toy will go through. We are looking to crown the Upstate Pulse best toy of all time. And these are toys that boys played with when they were little boys. Some play with them now.
Some girls play with it.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about the girls. We're just talking about the boys right now. So if I were to jump on a skateboard now, I think I could still ride one. I'm not sure, but I think I could. All right, so we had two come in at the same time, but the number one pick, Risk, has taken out skateboard. All right, one that I thought would be a early favorite is gone already, and Risk moves through. Thank you for, the votes are pretty even so far, but Risk is going through. That's how it works. So it's a matter of how quick are your fingers. That's why I suggest when we talk about what we are doing next, you make sure that you go ahead and type that in. All right, let's get one more in before we take a break. The next one is Evel Knievel versus Mr. Potato Head. Now, here's the thing. I know that Cameron and Matthew probably don't even know who Evel Knievel is, more than likely. I'm guessing Odie probably does. All right.
Daredevil.
Yes, he was a
Yeah.
Daredevil. And so back in the day,
Was he also blind?
they had a bunch of different Daredevil Evel Knievel toys. You know those motorcycles, you put the thing and then you do this winding thing, so you rev it up and then you release it. He had a ton of those. He tried to jump over Snake River in this like bike thing, which looked more like a mini space shuttle before the space shuttles came out. He didn't make it, by the way, but I had that toy also. But we had a high front porch, being able to jump it off the porch, and they're pretty durable. Going up against Mr. Potato Head. Everyone knows Mr. Potato Head, many different versions of Mr. Potato Head. It's your probably as a little boy, your first chance to, mix and match ears and put do the Picasso thing like they did in Toy Story. Put the nose where the ears go, put the eyes where the arms go, all that kind of thing. So Evel Knievel versus Mr. Potato Head, because I think I'm going to be alone here. I'm going to go with Evel Knievel. Matthew, who you got?
I absolutely got to go with the Potato Head. I actually had potato heads as a kid.
I think most people did. Cameron, who you got?
I also got to go with Mr. Potato Head because if I remember correctly, I also had one too.
Yes, you had many Mr. Potato
Yes,
Heads.
because I like to mix and match and create and stuff like that. It was
Granddaughters had several Mr. Potato Heads.
Yes.
All right, so
It's a good
Odie,
toy for her
who you
too.
got?
I'm not going to say Mr. Potato Head because we just called it Mr. Head. Potatoes, stereotype, all that.
So are you going with Mr. Head?
I'm going with Evel Knievel because I wouldn't be a biker unless I did.
Do you actually know who Evel Knievel is?
Tried to jump over the Grand Canyon and
It wasn't the Grand Canyon. Well, it was Snake Canyon, Snake River Canyon.
Well, look,
Did they have
He
those
didn't know.
toys
He was
in
a child
Ireland?
in Ireland. at
Did
this
they?
point.
All right.
we did, except we didn't have the wind up. We had the pull string on them.
Ah.
So you stuck a little, like it looked like a cable tie. And you put it in beside his wheel.
And it had the little ribs on it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got you. All right. So, I hate that we had two ties in a row, but we've had two ties in a row. The person who already voted, it doesn't count unless you vote again. So here we go. Text line, and then we're going to go to break after this. 800-905-0989. Evel Knievel or Mr. Potato Head. Odie, give them a countdown.
A 3, a 2, a 1.
All right, text now. Evel Knievel or Mr. Potato Head. Who do you got? Who do you think is going through? Sorry, I will get a bunch of respond on the stream, but this has to be text. All right, Evel Knievel is going through. Evel Knievel has beat Mr. Potato Head. Also, big shocker right there. All right, we're going to take a break.
He jumped the tie.
He did do that. When we come back, we're going to continue with the Upstate Pulse Boy Toy Bracket. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD.
I never got it. And I know what it is.
As a man who makes risks, often with disaster, I thought you'd be, good with this.
I do my own risk. I didn't need no board to tell me how to risk my risks.
Your risks.
Yeah.
What's
Risk
the
your
risk?
risks?
Not your risks.
Putting on the risk.
Told you that's my theme song. Don't do that.
Are we taking abbreviations?
In this case, we would have, but we didn't need to. Someone texted in Robert Craig Knievel.
That's probably his real name.
I don't. Maybe. I was a little kid. I don't.
Knievel's name was Bob.
I was fascinated by Evel Knievel.
I mean,
Why wouldn't you be?
on Saturdays when he's getting ready to make a big jump,
Did
it
he
would
jump
be on like
helicopters?
Wild World of Sports and stuff like that. Yeah.
I think he jumped a helicopter. I don't know.
Duna Bros. Here's the thing. I'm not going to let someone take something away from me. So you missed the entire first segment. You should listen to it.
We got to swerve Strickland.
I told no one. And I mean no
I know.
one.
Didn't even tell your producer. Didn't tell your producer.
I don't have a producer. I have a bunch of co-hosts.
What am I sitting here for?
Because you drew the smallest straw.
Well, maybe I like small things. Maybe I'm comfortable with smaller things.
It was, Dave. It absolutely was.
Well, we all have our comfort zones.
We dealt with that anger. I dealt with that anger the entire year. Decided to I put together the entire bracket last night
Dave's not here
in
man.
2 hours.
Hey, open up, man. It's Dave.
It's amazing what the power of hate can do.
All right, it was more than just yesterday. It was a couple. It was actually I started working on it during an interview on the Rob Brown show that I wasn't participating in. Because if I don't know something, I know hockey, but I'm not a hockey guy, and I'm not going to speak just so people can hear my voice when the other person is an expert. So I will sit back and not. Now, when we're talking wrestlers, I'm in that. I'm in there. When we're talking Carolina Panthers football, I'm in there. So we're talking NFL, I'm in there. So anyway, I started looking up toys at that point. Didn't tell your mom. I did say on the Rob Brown show for people to tune in for a big surprise.
In a little cafe.
So via the text you gave me earlier, there was a thought in the back of my head that this.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't believe you either.
Yeah, it's. I mean, okay. I mean, if you want to say that.
All right.
Man. Look at us.
Have to be believed to be right or be true.
It's a wonderful looking meal.
Oh. Looks like someone's going to
The problem with that tray is Odie has no idea what that is. So, and has no idea who HBK is probably. Do you know who Shawn Michaels is?
Yeah,
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
He's Mr. Michael's son. Duh. In a little cafe.
Did they not have DX and
He would love DX.
yes.
I don't know what the
Degeneration X. You don't know Degeneration X?
Nah.
Well, if you don't like him.
Well, they had 2 words for you.
Yeah. What are they?
You have to look it up.
Were they naughty words?
You have to look it up.
Oh, are they only words?
You should look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up. You got a computer?
DX?
You
DX?
just put DX and we got 2 words for you. Yes.
Let's see what the AI generates on that. Given the history of the subject.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. We are smack dab in the middle of the first round of the Upstate Pulse Boy Toy Bracket. He just looked it up. And we all got 2 words for you, Odie. Anyway, so we are in the middle of that. If you would like to be a part of the show, text line, and we're getting a ton of text, as we always do, because people love to participate in this. And I can't blame them, because it's an awesome thing when someone has control of it and doesn't allow people to swerve it into whatever their politics are.
Brick wall.
And it's not going to happen in this, because I could care less who wins this. There's nothing green in this thing at all, as far as I know. Anyway,
Yes, there is.
as far as I know. All right. So if you want to be a part of the show, text line is 800-905-0989. Please do not be speaking while I'm speaking.
Sorry.
I mean, because it's very distracting. I'm trying to do
Sorry,
a thing
sorry.
here.
Sorry, I'm
trying
trying
to tell people how they can participate.
trying to be professional here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I know.
Let me just get back to
I
it.
know. Yeah,
First
you
time for
should.
everything.
Just snap
Also,
it.
on the stream, I apologize again. This is a text only contest when we need help, just because it is, because I've declared it. All right, the next matchup is trains. So like model trains.
Mhm.
I growing up had a buddy down the road. His name was Howard. His name still is Howard, because Howard still exists. But at the time, his name was Howard. Now his name is Howard. So Howard,
Did he change his name to Howard?
He-
Like a little bit different? Did
it was,
like
you know,
drop an A?
when you get older and you get more mature, you go from Howard to Howard. Anyway, so Howard had a basement, and I don't know if people around here know what a basement is, but it's like a room underneath your first floor.
I'm allergic to those.
Yeah, the basement's
Just allergic
hard to do here
basements.
because of red clay.
You're not supposed to eat them.
Yes.
Oh no,
Anyway,
I'm being completely like mold and
because
stuff
of
like
the mold
that.
and
It's
the
just like,
must. Yeah.
I would go to my grandparents' house. I would go down into their basement every time as a kid, and I would always come back sick because of it.
All right. So that's unfortunate, but you're still alive, and we're so glad you are.
Maybe there
All
was
right. So
something
Howard had a train set down in his basement, and they would add stuff to the train all the time. People really into trains, even now. The people have an entire room with nothing but trains and all the accessories that go with it. Trains are going up against Odie's favorite toy as a child, Stretch Armstrong. Now, Stretch Armstrong was. Do you know? Wait. Matthew? Do you know what a Stretch Armstrong is?
I actually don't.
Okay, a Stretch Armstrong. Cameron never had one of these. Do you know what it is? All right, so it's a dude. You can grab his arms. You can stretch him really far. You can grab his legs. You can stretch him really far.
Was he wearing a shirt or not wearing a shirt?
There's various versions of it.
Did he have a dog called Fetch?
I don't know.
Fetch and Stretch Armstrong.
I don't know.
That's ringing bells in my face.
Okay, that's fine. In your face.
Yeah.
They got 2 words for you. All right.
Brain bone.
Cameron, trains or Stretch Armstrong?
I'm gonna have to go with trains here because there's so many different, like, there's the collectible aspect to it. You can set it up and have it go around.
What in oblivion is that?
Yes. And Thomas the Tank Engine descending down upon General Tullius and wrecking the entire Imperial army.
Thomas descended upon General Tazolian, or whatever name you said. I don't know what it was.
All right, Matthew,
Ringo,
who you got?
why are you here?
I'm talking about Thomas and the Tank Engine, friends.
Matthew.
I'm also got to go with the trains. My grandfather, specifically the ones that had the basement, he had an old train model kit set that I would play with every time that I went over there. He would always bring it out for Christmases. And after his passing last year, I actually now have his old train set as well. And I was also a big Thomas the Tank Engine kid. I had so much Thomas stuff. I had the big table in my bedroom as a kid, the little Thomas table that you'd set stuff up on, and I would do that. But then it would also be all the way down the hall.
All right. Duna Bros says Choo Choo Charles trains. And Mark says the model trains in my house belong to my dad more than us. My grandfather collected them too. That's one thing about model trains. They are usually passed down from generation to generation. So I am also going with trains. Odie?
I also, because I had about 27 or 28 tracks in my bedroom. I had a pulley system. It would come down, the table would come down from the ceiling, and I had lots of trains.
That's really
awesome.
Yeah, it was one of the big things. I had forgotten completely about it. Thank you, sir.
So trains, they carry a lot more than cargo. They carry
memories. Very good. Well done.
Memories.
All right. We got time for one more. The next matchup is Hungry Hippos. All right. It's kind of, is it considered a board game? I guess it's a board game.
It's a board game.
It's a board game where
it's a game on a
where
board.
you control a hippo, and there's balls that come out, and the hippo has to eat the balls. There's a giant version of that down the road at
Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's. For some reason, Frankie's got stuck in my head at Dave and Buster's, the place that I go for my birthday every year. And
which my niece is really good at that game.
Yeah, so you can actually sit down. It's a giant version of Hungry Hippos. It's pretty cool, but I always get stuck on the one that doesn't work right. They need to fix that. Going up against a Rubik's Cube. Now I got to be honest. I can only get 2 sides of the Rubik's Cube. I can never. There was other games like that I could do, but I never could do Rubik's Cube.
No, I could do it.
And I'm watching these guys do it like in seconds, and I never could. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, because my friend Bill could do it and I couldn't. I'm going with Hungry Hippos.
Okay.
All right, Odie, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Rubik's Cube because I could do it. I would take all of them little stickers off and put them all back
cheater.
on the right place.
Cheater.
Can you do the Rubik's Cube the actual way, though?
Not even slightly.
Wow.
You know why?
Am I the only one in this room that knows how to do the Rubik's Cube?
You know why I can't do it?
By the way, there's no one surprised that you know how to do it. Okay.
It's not that hard. So back in middle school, we had.
Do you want to know why? Before you tell your story, do you want to know why I can't do it?
Yeah, go for
it's
it.
because look what's over there.
Back in middle school, for like an entire half of a year, there was a big craze about Rubik's Cubes. Like everybody was doing the Rubik's Cubes. Of course, only like 2 people knew how to do them. One of them was able to do it like really fast. And I eventually just ended up looking up online how you do it. There's just a trick to it. That's all there is.
Yeah, there was no online when they came out though. So yeah. All right, Cameron, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Hungry Hippos just because it's fun and chaotic. Rubik's Cubes, I don't like puzzles all that much, like of that kind of variety.
All right, so there you go. We have a tie. Let's get to this tie really quick.
Before you do, what do you think is the fastest ever solve of a Rubik's Cube?
I'm gonna go with like 12 seconds or something like that.
Okay, you 12.
5 seconds.
5.
The last time that I saw it was like 20 something, but that was a few years ago.
3.13 seconds.
Wow.
Yep.
I win. I was close.
That's amazing. Wow. You get to go for the showcase. All right, so it is a tie between Hungry Hippos and Rubik's Cube. I will remind you the text line is 800-905-0989. We're doing this thing where we get more text than other shows during the week right now, and I love that because that's awesome. Who do you want to go through? Hungry Hippos or Rubik's Cube? Matthew, give them a countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, Rubik's Cube or Hungry Hippos. Text line is 800-905-0989. I'm surprised there's a tie here, but there is. Hungry Hippos or Hippos is going through. Rubik's Cube has been defeated.
Oh, okay. Took a minute.
That's fine.
My screen is a little bit behind yours, I think.
All right, we're going to take our final break.
Am I the only person that was doing the Jeopardy music in my head waiting for it
Oh,
to come
no.
through?
No, it's not Jeopardy, though. It's
What?
Price is Right.
No,
All
you're
right.
doing
Right, I said
No,
showcase.
I'm doing yeah, I know.
Okay,
but-
so
Everybody has
you're on
their
the
own
wrong
internal
show.
music.
No.
Let's go to the break.
Yeah, I know, but I was doing the Jeopardy one in my head.
Oh, waiting for them to
Yeah.
answer. Okay. All right, I
Now
got
I can't remember the Jeopardy one because now the Price is Right is stuck in my head.
Good, because that's what we were doing. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. I do agree with you. Do the pros.
Oh yeah.
Rubik's Cube is the devil. You
I wish
leave
I could
your
do that
satanic
right now.
paraphernalia out of this building, mister.
Do you know the countdown one? Do you know the countdown music? Countdown is a
Final
show.
countdown?
No.
There's a
no,
boss
there's that.
in this game called Remnant 2. Nothing but cubes. Got stuck on it, died like 15 times now. Happy now has a canonical.
I agree, Mark.
Cubes.
I definitely agree. Hungry Hippos was
I
never
wish I
at
could do
Rubik's
math
Cube's
right
level.
now, but,
Rubik's Cube was a fad.
I'd
It
rather be
was
functional.
everywhere.
I did a voice.
Why does that
for
sound like it's
the
on the air?
IDM
Okay.
today.
Mhm.
Did a voice I'd never done before.
Oh, yeah?
Here's the thing, though.
This is the one I was listening
That's
to.
why people absolutely
So-
hate
It's the classic.
my tie-breaking
My
system.
handy dandy.
Cough drops, yeah. I also have cough drops. That's because I had strep throat last week.
Oh. You're good. I know. You wouldn't
Yeah,
be any
no, I-
good.
All right. Obviously, we're going to have to carry this into the next hour, but we're only doing one section of it this week, and then we'll move on to the next section next week, and so on and so forth. And it will go probably through March, which is the whole.
So on and so
We're
forth.
doing this a little early too.
Did it on purpose.
Oh. I mean, of course you did, but you have a plan for everything.
To belay suspicion because it's not time yet.
Also explains why the outline was so thin.
Yes, there's nothing on it inaccurate.
No, I know.
Actually, for the first time in a long time, I followed it perfectly.
Well,
Thought about Borderlands right at the beginning. Went into my apology, and then we went into Boy
So
Toys.
you were unexpectedly going in order.
No, I went in order on purpose.
No, what I'm saying is you don't typically. You normally jump around a bit.
Yeah,
It's very interesting as well with the text coming in how popular toys were. Some
Still are.
toys-
Still
Oh, yeah, no,
are.
they still are. But,
There's some stuff on this list I still play with. So
but like
I mean,
with some
you
of
know.
the with some of the
I will tell you guys, and I'm gonna tell the people in the room this also, and I need to say it when we get on the air. There are no video games on this list.
There shouldn't be.
That's
No, but it's just
that's
funny,
its
like-
own thing.
with the ties that we've had so far, one of the ties had a lot of interaction, and one of the ties like, I think it's
Some people
interesting.
play with stuff. Some people didn't play
Very
with certain
true, yeah.
things.
By the way, you're talking about Samurai Jack. We will get to Cartoon Network cartoons in the next hour. Maybe second segment, maybe third.
They can't hear you though because that's on the.
Chances are
Oh,
that,
okay.
that person may be
Can you
listening
hear
on the
us?
stream. It's not necessary.
Can you
I'm going to say it again when we get on it. You know, there are stream exclusives, Odie. It's
What?
the advantage of people being on the stream.
Streaming.
exactly.
I know I do it as well on Sunday nights with Odie. On Sunday nights with Odie. Sunday nights, Odie. Make it sound sexy.
Can you?
Yeah.
We'll see. Texter, it is on the list. How can it not be?
Why are you getting them faster than me? That's
It's the magic, man.
must be. Believe it or not, I'm walking.
I'm taking all doubt out of everything. So I'm controlling the whole thing.
I was really confused.
No, I
at
just think
first
that you're
when
blaming
I
me
saw
for
D&D,
for
I'm
last
like,
year's.
"That's not a
I,
toy."
I did
But I
not.
realized there's
Fracas.
like
I did not.
general
You brought it
top
to a
stuff.
crescendo. You are the cause where it was going to be canceled. Absolutely. But if I would have stopped it in the first place,
I think it would have been better to leave all the tabletop stuff out for its own bracket, but
It's
that's
still
like a
toy.
hindsight thing that I'm thinking of now.
All right, guys.
welcome back to the Upstate Pulse. Already dissension in the room about how I did the bracket. But you know what? I have never, in the decade of doing these, ever had someone go, or everyone in the room go, yeah, this works. There's always something that people are not going to be happy with.
We've all said it works.
Oh no, Matthews, and I did think about what you're talking about and decided to put them in there anyway. Just because it would bother some people. Anyway, not that I had you specifically in mind, but I get your complaint, and I understand that board games could have been their own separate thing, but I don't think that there's 64 that all of us have played, or even half of us have played.
I've played a lot of board games.
Me too, but Odie's not from here.
The other thing is how many.
I don't know if you
similar
knew that
board
or
games have
not.
We all played.
He is not from this continent.
Am I? Oh yeah. I mean, shh.
All right, so let us move on to our next matchup. We are going to get through the top left side of the bracket today, so we're going to go a little bit into the next hour, but we got other stuff to talk about too in the next hour. The next matchup is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys, so action figures, the van, Casey Jones, all that kind of stuff, going up against what I consider one of the creepiest toys of all time, but it was one of the best-selling toys the year that it came out, and that would be Teddy Ruxpin. Now, here's the thing. We know what Turtles is, without a doubt. Teddy Ruxpin was a teddy bear that you would put a cassette tape in, and Teddy would talk to you, and his eyes would blink, and he would move around. That kind of stuff creeps me out.
Yeah.
Still to this day, that kind of stuff creeps me out.
We used to have him playing Metallica.
So, yeah. So I got a Teddy Ruxpin when Cameron was younger, and it creeped him out. He didn't really play with it. So, but I got
There
it
was
anyway.
a deep chill I got when I looked at the
Yeah,
image for that.
We got it at a
It's
yard
like-
sale though. So I mean, so it's okay. You see something at a yard sale. So
No,
it's probably
no.
already definitely
all the way haunted.
demonically possessed if
I
you
feel,
get it from
I
a
feel
yard
like
sale.
there's a deep
Because
repressed
they're like,
memory
please
associated
take
with
this,
that thing.
please take this cursed object
when
from
you
us.
got it, when you got it from the yard sale, was there a sign behind it saying this Teddy Ruxpin is definitely not haunted by an evil spirit?
My wife got it, so
It probably did.
I'm
It had
sure
that
she
sign.
prayed over it before it came home, so we're good. All right, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Teddy Ruxpin. Odie, what you got?
You see, I hate both of them as much. I hated the Turtles, and I can't stand Teddy
Why do
Ruxpin.
you hate the turtles?
You
What's wrong with the turtles?
want to know the real reason I hate the Turtles? It's
Sure.
because people from Dublin in Ireland used to call them the Turtles. Yeah, you're going to play with their Turtles. And
Yeah,
I-
that's
it
because
used to-
either Bebop
Yeah.
or Rocksteady goes, I hate those turtles.
possibly.
Yeah,
the
it's
thing.
from the cartoon,
You
dude.
should take that up with the Irish instead
Yes,
of the turtles.
'cause
I will.
It's not the turtles' fault. that
Yeah.
people can't say.
This is a
turtles.
franchise that's been going on for a really
Turtles.
long time. And if you
Turtles.
actually looked at the
Mm.
the original comic books of the Turtles,
Mm.
you would see that it was in black and white, it was very bloody and very adult.
Was it?
Yes.
There's some
with,
gangster
with that
turtles.
with that additional information
The-
that you're just after
With-
enlightening
with
me
not
with,
only was the Turtles, there was Oddvox and Rabbits.
okay, but with that information you're just after enlightening me with, the fact that they were a little bit darker and ever so slightly naughty, I'm going to go with the Turtles.
All right. Matthew.
I think that you lose a lot more than you gain when you start adding stuff to stuffed animal toys, like those voice boxes and things like that. I think just a standard stuffed animal is a lot better. This is coming from a guy who had a lot of stuffed animals as a kid.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, dude.
No,
Or-
no,
or any of them
yeah.
demently, possessed by demons. demons.
I actually had to get hypoallergenic stuffed animals, a couple of them. But I had those Webkins as a kid.
Those
I
demons.
don't know if
are-
anybody remembers Webkins. Webkins is awesome.
All right, so
But
yeah.
as far as the other side of things with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys, I think we're starting to get into the initial action figure toys. And I think the defining thing for whether an action figure line is good or not is whether it's reliant solely on the action figures themselves. If that's all you got nothing. You just got the same exact thing that every other action figure line has. It's the other how iconic all the other stuff that goes alongside the action figures end up being. And as much as I don't think the turtles have a whole lot, I think it's still better than the teddy bear.
All right, Cameron.
All right, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Cameron, by the way, had the van that shot out the pizzas.
Yes. One of my favorite toys when
What?
I was growing up. Yeah, they had their own armored van from like the early 2000s. Was
Yeah, but it
W
shoots. It
Kids?
shoots out pizzas.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
shoots
pizza.
out
They're
pizza.
teenagers.
Yeah, it's
No,
this.
I
But,
get
like,
that.
They were
This-
no,
80s
it's-
teenagers.
No, I get
Manhole
that.
covers.
Yeah,
I get
but
that.
They're
But
shooting
if it
at
shoots,
manholes.
if
I
it
think
shoots
they
out
look
a
like
pizza,
pizzas, if I
a
recall.
pizza
They
is
are pizza
just
shaped.
food.
Yeah.
And if you get hit with a pizza, you're kind of like, oh, that's mildly.
I don't know.
irritated me.
There's been some places that I've got
Oh, okay.
pizza from where I mean, if I get hit with that, I'm
Well,
probably
they also
Depends on
shoot
how-
like manhole covers,
Yeah.
which is also circular. So
Yeah,
that's
so-
kind of where that.
All
comes
right,
from.
so in
Yeah.
a landslide, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not a surprise. Suck it, Teddy Ruxpin. All right, the next thing, which we don't have time for, we will get in the next hour. All right, so in hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse, we are going to be talking the top cartoons from Cartoon Network in the 2000s, AI Takeover. Yeah, we're talking about Stargate. We're definitely talking about that. if We have time. Nerd Roundtable and so many.
The old Stargate or the new Stargate?
No, the AI, dude. You don't know about Stargate?
No.
Okay, well, you will hear about Stargate
Okay.
if we have time.
I thought you were talking like Richard Dean Anderson.
No, this is not a movie. This is real life.
No, I'm not on about the movie. I'm on about the TV show that
This
came
is not-
from the movie.
Yeah, I like the movie, by the way.
I know, I
mean,
like
the
the
movie
movie.
came before the
Yeah,
the TV
Kurt
show.
Russell. He was
Yes. And what's his name? Who was in Blacklist?
James Spader.
James
Jim-
Spader.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
When
I
he
forgot
had
was in
hair.
that.
He was
And
actually
he was so young.
he was the main star of the movie. So yeah,
Was he?
yeah, he wore glasses.
You know, some
Yeah, I
people
know,
make
but-
the joke of he went through the Stargate and went back in time and became Reddington in the Blacklist.
Could be.
That's an
Speaking of
actual theory
Blacklist,
they
it's going to
have.
come up in the Nerd Roundtable a little bit later. All right, you are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas and the voice of toys.
Do you want me to look up Stargate before you get into it?
No, because I can't guarantee we're going to get to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's some other things that I want to get to first
okay.
for sure, including finishing this part of the bracket. We have 3 more matchups, which will take at least a segment, maybe 2.
Why are you not firing? Okay.
See, the only problem with that, the texture who wants Samurai Jack is with Keanu Reeves is getting too old.
Yeah. Also,
No, I don't think so because you look at Taken. Look how old. What's his name is in that? Liam Neeson.
Never watched any of them because to me, it's not real because of all his stance on things. And then he does movies about those things that he's taking a stand on. And I get movies not real. Then why are you glorifying the thing that you're against? It just kind of bothers me.
Okay.
I don't like hypocritical stuff.
He actually did.
I'm sure I've been hypocritical on things before because we all have, but still.
He actually did a show or a movie recently, Land of Saints and Sinners.
He also has a worse Southern accent than you do. Look up Next of Kin.
I don't want to.
It was him and Swayze and Bill
Crazy
Paxton
Swayze.
and Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton, good Southern accent.
That's because he's Southern.
I don't think he is. I don't know where he's from or was from. Swayze, I don't think he might have been from like West Virginia or something.
Mountain Mama, take me home to the road.
Not only did he do a horrible Southern accent, his name was Brar.
What?
Brar.
Roar.
Brar. His name's Brar. Brar. Brar.
Oh, Brer.
No, Brar.
In a little cafe.
Yeah, I know it's on, Trey. I'm recording it, so to watch later. So I would appreciate if you didn't spoil. Pretty much believe I know who's going to win every match.
What am I looking up again? Southern what?
What?
That movie that you just mentioned literally seconds ago.
Next of kin.
There you go.
Yeah, but you can't really play the video.
He can look at it.
Oh, okay.
Can't really what?
Ignore me.
Briar Gates. Okay. Oh, they were brothers. Oh, Truman
Yeah.
and they were all brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, Helen Hunt was in it. Jeez, she purdy.
It's about vengeance from Southern folk.
In a little cafe.
I think Bill Paxton gets hacked up because he almost
It
always
is
does.
available on nothing. It is, but I have to pay for it. I ain't paying for it.
Yeah, it was not a very good movie. You could probably find a clip of his Southern accent.
What was the one that you were telling me about? Craven the Hunter? That's on streaming already.
Yeah, but you still got to pay for it, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pay for that. I saw a clip of Rhino. Oh, it's so bad.
I know.
It's so bad. I just had a feeling about that movie, and I was like, yeah, you know what? We'll wait because they have put that thing off so many times.
$19? I'm paying $19.
Yeah,
for it, so.
yeah. Just give it another couple of weeks.
I mean, I like the actor Aaron Taylor Johnson. I really like him. He's good, but
He can be good and stuff, but I mean,
I think it'll be a great 007.
oh, he'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Would you rather have him or Taron Egerton?
Oh,
as what?
007.
I think if Aaron Taylor Johnson was to do it, he'd be a real I don't care James Bond.
He'd be definitely
Sean
more
Connery.
physical.
He'd be Sean Connery.
Yeah.
And
Also,
if-
we've seen Egerton be in that role in Kingsman.
Yeah.
He just,
and I think,
I don't know.
yeah. So if Taylor
It's like
Johnson,
Eggsy all over.
if Taylor Johnson done it, he'd be Sean Connery, like cold.
Don't you
stone cold.
think that maybe you got to have a little height to you? I mean, I don't know.
Aaron Taylor Johnson's like 6'2",
Right.
isn't he?
I think so, but
Really?
I think Egerton is like about 5'6", 5'7", or something like that. I'm just guessing.
Definitely not tall. Like
No,
5'8" or
both of them are under
5'9".
6 foot. Aaron Taylor Johnson's 5'11".
Leave Matthew alone, Chris. He's good. See? Now you feel bad, don't you? Matthew is looking at toys on the list and then looking them up, so he'll be ready whenever. That's exactly what he's doing.
Charrington is 5'9".
I thought
So
he looked
not
kind of
short.
short. Well, the thing is, so do you want James Bond being shorter than people that he's, talking to, going up against? He could wear some platforms, or they could do the Sylvester Stallone, Tom Cruise thing and just hire a bunch of short people.
They're going to be taller than Daniel Craig.
How tall is Daniel Craig?
5'10".
See, but that's not 5'9".
No.
Apparently, that extra inch goes a long way.
It
Yes,
does.
it does. In a little cafe.
Did you not know he would do that?
I may or may not have.
Pretend like you didn't know. Your
Get a
mom-
little bit
your mom was
closer,
watching.
you're my kind of man. So big and so strong. Din.
I don't know what he's
What
singing.
the Sam Hill's going on?
I wish I could pat you right now. I can't though.
What in the same hell you talking about, boy?
See? Better than Brar.
Well, then you need to call up studios and say, hire Odie in the movie.
Well, I didn't say it was good. It's just better. It's a better Southern accent than Brar.
Pierce Brosnan. What height is Pierce Brosnan?
Slightly better can still be bad.
I'm gonna go 5'11" for Pierce Brosnan.
I'm thinking 6 foot.
Well, he's Irish, so he might be a little shorter.
Potato.
Ha!
Ha! 6'1". What's that?
No.
I said could be.
What height are you, American boy?
I'm a,
His average height. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse, hour 2 right here. Lonzo and Odie and Cameron and Matthew. And for those of you who tuned in late, yes, I decided to go and do brackets anyway because I decided to.
Because
And
Irish people
I
are
have
tall.
I have very little power, but what I do have, I wield it well. All right, so in this hour, we're going to finish
Are we
the
finishing off
top
this one, are
left,
we?
the top left of
Okay.
the bracket, the boy toy bracket, and we'll
Northwestern.
continue this on next couple of weeks. We got some other stuff, of course, that we're going to get to. Let us get right into, well, in case you're just tuning in, if you want to be a part of the bracket challenge that we are doing right now, here's what you do. If there is a tie, then you will text in to 800-905-0989 with the one you want to go through. And that, if you're fast enough, you'll be able to go through. That's if there's a tie. That's how it works. It is the tie-breaking system most hated by everyone I know in the building. So,
I actually like
there
it.
you go. Good for you. You're such a
Can't say it on air.
yeah. No, he's not a contrarian. In this case, it's a positive. I think most contrarianism is negative. I mean, if you're contrarian like Rod Brown,
It depends
it's-
on if
yeah.
you're doing it on purpose, but if you typically deviate from the norm, maybe it's less that and more just abnormal or aberrant in a certain way.
Wow,
An anomaly.
big word,
Of sorts.
aberrant.
Stop using the big words.
Yeah,
I
don't
can't
know.
get excitable right now.
I don't know what
or
that
else
means. All right, so our next matchup is
It won't tell me the height of Roger Moore. I don't know why.
It's
because
classified.
he did. So
6'1". There he
6
is.
foot under.
Oh,
All right. Our next matchup is Ho! Someone texted stop. I don't know
Ooh,
why.
Smurfs.
Yeah. No. Our next matchup is Thundercats, the action figures from Thundercats, including, and not just the action figures, but everything that goes with it, including, swords and things like that. And Thundercats is going up against something that's simple that not everyone can do. I found out that some people cannot do this. Thundercats is going up against a paper plane. All right. There's an art to paper planes. There are actually contests for paper planes.
Some would argue say that there's also science involved as well.
Odie
yes, sir.
is about to kill his rundown, or he's going to make we're about to see what an Irish paper plane looks like. Never thought about that before, about if they make paper planes differently. So a paper plane is for, poor people who actually have paper can still have a toy because you make a paper plane and then hope someone doesn't step on it, or that it doesn't, land on the teacher's desk or hit Johnny in the eye. Johnny should have got out of the way, but no, Johnny dumb. Anyway.
Johnny doesn't dodge well.
Yeah, his head's really fat. Anyway, so Thundercats versus a paper plane. Cameron, what do you got?
I'm going to go with Thundercats. Well, we got to say what Viper Dave just put on the screen.
Dave wants to say, is he going to play his paper? Is he going to play his paper plane to Dubai? And I think he means he's going to fly.
Are you going to fly to Dubai?
Yeah, or back?
Nope.
All right, so Cameron, paper plane or Thundercats?
Well, I have to say,
Okay, so Cameron's going with Thundercats. Matthew.
I think that Thundercats is the perfect example of what I was talking about before, of an action figure line that has basically nothing outside of the action figures characters themselves. And I think that is the hallmark.
Did you never watch Thundercats?
I watched Thundercats.
Okay.
Well, no, I watched a little bit of Thundercats. The most Thundercats that I primarily watched was the 2009 or 2008 remake on Cartoon Network. Fantastic series. Hate that it got canceled, but I know why. It's because they didn't have the toy sales to support it. But
well, it was a Hasbro show, so I mean,
that's just how action shows in the mid 2000s went on Cartoon Network. Unfortunately, no matter how good the show.
Odie reminds you of a snarf. I think
snarf. But
oh, we're gonna die.
On the other hand, paper airplanes are like actually iconic. Everybody's made a paper airplane. Everybody loves paper airplanes. I got to go with paper airplane.
I'm going to say Odie's about to make the worst paper airplane in the history of mankind.
What is that? Like a stealth bomber?
Oh, wow. Look at that. If you're on the stream on 98.9 WRDO, the Upstate Pulse on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, you will see the maiden flight of Odie's airplane. Watch out, Matthew. Yeah, it did about exactly what I thought.
You
it
know,
would
the
do.
form was good. The function.
Here's the
not so
thing.
much.
Here's the thing. The cockpit was a little too square. That's all I'm saying. Odie,
Yeah,
Yeah,
a bit misshapen. as well.
airplane or Thundercats?
airplane.
All right, so we have two.
I love, and my brain has been fighting with itself for the last 30 seconds. But
Cameron, what'd you say? I forgot.
Oh, I
Because
said
I'm old.
Thundercats.
I thought you did. I just want to make sure I didn't want to misrepresent.
I loved the Thundercats, love the Thundercats. But the aviator and the engineer in me is like, nah, paper airplanes. Has to be paper airplanes.
Well, I hope you didn't have the same kind of flight from Dubai that paper airplane did.
Maybe he did.
Maybe
he
that's
doesn't
why
wanna
he's
talk about
here.
it.
Yeah, that's why he didn't talk. Okay,
We
all right.
don't talk about
All right,
before
all
They
right.
died on their way from Dubai.
I am going to say,
Time ago.
South Carolina Comic Con happens every spring. It's going to happen this year. Lots of great guests. You can buy your tickets when they go on sale at Borderlands Comics and Games or wherever you can buy them at the convention center. One year, well, a couple things. First, last year I almost bought a plastic Thundercat sword to give to Hacksaw Jim Duggan just to have him yell "ho," which is his catchphrase. But I thought the world, much like when Mandy smiled, would catch on fire, so I did not do that. But it would have been amazing.
Why would it do that?
It
How
would've-
many things aligning in a good way?
No, I don't know. So anyway, I also a few years back bought Lionel's sword, and I made a case for Lionel's sword, and I put LEDs around it, and it's lit up, and it's at my house. And if you wield said sword, you must yell "ho." But if you wield
It's a
said
compulsion.
yes, you push a button, and the Thundercat symbol will show up on the wall. So obviously, I am going with Thundercats. So we have a tie.
Oh.
We do have a tie. Text line. Do not text until we give you a countdown. Text line is 800-905-0989. Thundercats or paper plane. Here's your countdown. 3, 2, 1. All right. Text either Thundercats or paper plane to 800-905-0989. Let us know who's going through. Is it the classic paper plane that I don't know if you can make out of papyrus, because that's what wasn't the first paper made out of papyrus?
Papyrus.
Yeah, that's what I said. Do you think you could make an airplane out of that?
Yeah, the
Papyrus is an
Egyptians-
off-brand thing of paper that Pappy tried to push.
Okay.
Oh no,
good
the
to go.
Egyptians used to make them. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure of the.
Oh, they
It's
did.
more of a fabric than it is a classic paper that we have now. So I don't know how well that would.
all I
fly.
know is like a game that I played where I was like in Egypt. I had to make the paper out of papyrus. By the way, the airplane is going through. It is defeated Thundercats.
Tremendous.
Sword of Omens. Grant me cope beyond cope.
See, that's the engineers.
What the heck
Engine
did
of
he
the year.
just say?
Dyslexics of the
You know-
world.
have you never heard the term cope
on
before?
tie.
Yeah, it's
not
Adam
steeped in internet
Copeland.
cope.
Used to be called Edge, but now he's being called Cope. I don't get it. That's
Really?
that's what you meant, right? That's what you were talking about.
What's the next one?
It's whatever I say it is.
Okay.
But it's not going to happen until after the break.
Oh, well, I mean, you could.
We are going
mention it
to take a
out
break.
there and just-
We're not giving them the matchup till we come back. I'm in charge of every single thing when it comes to this bracket. No one is doing anything with it but me. You can vote, and that's it. Listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of my omnipotence.
You get cream for that.
Hopefully, Lex will
Or a salad.
in the room presently. Yes.
So the plane I
might
made.
take that as a front.
Dave said paper man used to be made from hemp, made for great rolling papers. Of course, you would say that, Dave. I don't think you can make airplane from that. Maybe you could. Can you, Odie? Make a airplane from rolling papers?
Yeah, can't really follow.
Okay. All right.
See, this one is designed. It's nose heavy, so it's designed that you throw it up,
Uh-huh.
and when it comes down, it spirals down.
So why didn't you make?
Wait,
one
why is
for
this
me?
playing?
I have no idea. Do you want me to fire it on?
No, just leave it on.
That's a new one, isn't it?
Yes.
Ah,
There's not 57 states.
Yeah, I'll have to check the date restrictions on that. I thought I had it where it would not play during the show, and I was wrong.
What played?
Upstate Pulse promo.
Oh.
That kind of thing will get me a text if someone's listening. So again, exactly what I expected.
Oh, I got to be careful.
Yeah, don't do that. Oh no, he's got a dented wing. You working on your flaps?
ailerons.
It's
Take
very important that you work on your flaps.
Ailerons.
I don't. It's look like his flaps, man.
Ailerons.
Why are you talking about Aaron for?
Huh?
Why are you talking about Aaron?
They're called ailerons, not flaps.
There's no Aaron in the room.
Why is it
Elrond.
called
Oh,
Because it is
Elrond.
See, flies beautifully. Come a little bit closer.
I wouldn't call that
my
beautiful.
God.
I definitely would not call that beautiful.
Look at it.
It's like
flew.
most things I do. It started off great, and then it just kind of crashed at some point. Out of the blue.
How is it on fire?
Mark, my understanding is that he may show up next week for the Royal Rumble. That's what the rumors are saying. I mean, think about it. He's probably going to want to work his way back to his wife, who's been in WWE the whole time. And
Very interesting.
it wouldn't surprise me if Buddy Rogers or whatever his name is now doesn't find his way over to where his mommy is.
It's truly his mommy.
Has he got mommy issues?
No.
Okay.
I don't think she gives him that many issues. Although with as much backstage stuff, you realize how nervous she is at all times.
Who?
Rhea.
I can't stand her. I don't care.
Why?
Because she's annoying. Liv Morgan 10,000 times better.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I like her because she wears black. Okay, you're not even really into the bad girl thing. You just act like you like her because it's popular. People into popular things bothers me. It's not me being a contrarian because you give me a rational reason why you're into it.
well, there
and not
is.
just because everyone else is doing it.
Well, there are guys who are into that.
True, but most of those guys who are supposed to be into it, look at their wives, look at their girlfriends. Not a tattoo on any of them.
So what you're saying is take a look at their girlfriend.
Take a look at my girlfriend.
Thank you, Odie.
She's the only one I got.
Not much of a girlfriend. I never seem to get a
That's
lot.
Lord. Take a gun jumbo, cross the water, like to see America. See the girls in California. Hope. Oh, damn it. Oh, I nearly said a bad word. I nearly said shh.
Yeah,
It's
don't
going
do
to
that.
come true. There's not a lot
No,
I
take
can
it down,
do.
bro, across the water, like to see America. Hoping I'm gonna have to look up the words.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Odie and Cameron and Matthew having a blast on Saturday night, smack dab in the middle of our boy toy brackets. We got 2 more matchups to get to, then we're going to move on to some other stuff. That is the plan. We'll see. Plans sometimes go by the wayside. These might. All right, the next matchup is Star Trek toys. Now, it's not just action figures, it's phasers. Back in the day in the 70s, having phasers that went pew, pew, pew. I can't do that for me, Odie.
Pew, pew.
Thank you. It's a more accurate depiction of what the
Did you make sure to set it to
sound.
stun? Or
no, I always set my phaser to kill.
I always said
it was that kind of
Because if
neighborhood?
you go pull a phaser in my neighborhood, there is
Did
no
they hold them
stun.
sideways?
Maybe they do,
I
or
always
maybe
set
they
mine
did.
to
No, actually, this was
stun.
before they did that.
You're
I don't know when that got popular. When
I
turning,
think it was like in the 80s or something. People just decided, you know what? How about I turn it into?
I think it has to do with Samuel L. Jackson, probably. All right, so Star Trek toys, and not just those, but also like the Enterprise. The toy they had play sets of the Enterprise where you could open up the Enterprise and put a bunch of red shirts in there and prepare them to die. I mean, it was great.
So many different,
Yeah,
scenarios where they don't make it.
Klingon comes along, they get squished for some reason. And Star Trek toys are going up against those pain blades or whatever, those things that the Klingons had.
Yeah.
Those things are wicked.
I don't want to get hit by one of
Yeah,
those.
me neither.
Backblade.
I forget. You know, I went to see Star Trek Generations set next to a Klingon. And dude spoke Klingonese like through the entire movie, would elbow me and say something in Klingon. It was awesome. Anyway,
Sure,
Was
buddy.
it- was
Yeah.
he a Klingon?
yeah, well, I could have been a real one. I don't know.
I feel like you'd get
according
along with
to the latest
Klingons.
reports from everywhere, aliens are among us.
There.
Could have been a real Klingon.
There.
All right, so Star Trek toys are going up against marbles. All right, so here's the thing. I know there's an actual game that goes along with marbles.
Yep.
All we did was throw them at each other. So I don't know. I don't know about the. I mean, you use your thumb and there's a big marble, which hurts a lot more than the smaller
Yes, it
marbles.
does.
So I don't. But it's been a popular. It's in the Toy Hall of Fame. It's been around forever. So marbles versus Star Trek toys. Cameron, who you got?
I'm gonna go Star Trek toys because I lost my marbles.
There we go.
Somebody had to do it at some point. I really wanted it.
Is your name Toodles?
See what you did there.
Yeah. Not everyone get that reference.
I didn't get that
That's
reference.
it. Hook.
Oh, okay. Now I get it.
I believe he was talking to a certain drummer from Genesis.
I don't know why
Yeah,
we
but
decided to
why
look
was
at
he in
Yodi.
it?
He was an inspector. You don't remember? That Phil was an inspector in the movie. Now you gotta look it up. Anyway, so Matthew,
Oh,
he's actually working over there, like for the entire show. It's weird.
Oh,
Crazy.
All right.
Can't
Star
see me.
Trek toys versus marbles. Do you know how to play marbles, by the way?
I did at one point,
Okay.
but it's
All
been
right.
too long.
All right.
But I think Star Trek has a really solid toy line. I think it's really good. But I was never a Star Trek fan as a kid, and I've still never really gotten into Star Trek. And I actually did have a Marvel collection as a kid, and I think I still have it in a drawer somewhere. But yeah, I gotta go with marbles.
Wow.
well, it's good that you haven't lost.
On a show like this, Matthew is willing to stand up and go with marbles. All right. OD?
Inspector Good. That was his name.
OD? Marbles or Star Trek?
I'm going to say I love Star Trek so much to the fact that I had mechanical drawings of all of the Enterprises on my wall.
that is so cool.
Yeah. But I'm going to say marbles because I know how to play the game. I knew how to play the game. My grandfather taught me how to play it. And then when I got a little bit older, they were fantastic ammunition
Yeah.
for killing crows out of a slingshot.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
Oh,
with the
no.
slingshot. Wow.
So marbles.
You were that kid. You were
I
that scared.
was that kid, but it was hunting crows. and
Who
farmers-
hasn't shot a
Did
bird?
you count them as well,
You're
or
there.
did you just hunt them?
Did I count them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crows.
I
Did you pluck them? Did you pluck their feathers and like make?
No,
make,
I brought them to the farmer and said, "Look, I'm after getting you 17 crows. Can I have 17 euros?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, okay, there you go."
Good old
Wow.
Fluffin,
Really?
son.
Is that a true story?
Mhm.
Okay, because I mean, you can make it up, and I just I'm over it going.
They're
Well,
vermin.
that's very cool. Yes, they are.
They're
All
So
right,
basically,
so
he lived like the beginning of Fable 1. The video
yeah,
game.
he did.
Who do you think it was based on?
Oh, he's so scary. That's my man.
Chicken Chaser Odie.
Chicken chaser. All right, so
And sheep. What?
Star Trek or marbles. We've got 2 marbles, 1 Star Trek. I am true to this program,
Marbles.
and I'm going with Star Trek. Yes, we
Oh,
have a tie. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Bones McCoy, Leonard Nimoy,
Oh no,
live long and prosper.
I loved it. But it
Oh
was-
my!
Also,
I mean,
models of spaceships. I mean, how could
yeah.
you
I
go
mean,
against
it's
that?
I. All right, so we do have a tie.
I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
Exactly, and I like the newer version of Bones better because
it's Carl Urban.
it's Carl Urban.
How
We're
could you
gonna go
not like
outside and we're gonna
He's good at
die.
almost everything he does.
If there's a hole goes in this window, we're gonna boil from the inside
right.
out.
All right, Star Trek
exactly
or
what it's like.
marbles, 800-905-0989. When Cameron gives you the countdown, you will text either Star Trek or marbles. Cameron, give him the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Disco.
Disco.
All right, so there you go. Text line 800-905-0989. Whoever decided that we should go with a full set of numbers instead of 4 numbers did not realize how hard it would be to do this show and do that. So Star Trek or marbles, the next one that texts, that will be the one that goes through. Star Trek or marbles.
Hey Dave, it wasn't meh. It was like meh.
It was what? All right, so we're going to take a break, and we will let you know who won and get to our final matchup when we get back. By the way, again, text 800-905-0989, Star Trek or Marbles. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
The German music just to go with the German countdown.
All right, we have never not got a text, so if we don't get one, I have a backup plan. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell anybody until we need it.
No one's texted in, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a hard choice between Star Trek or Marbles.
Maybe they didn't know
Also,
what-
there's some other stuff that just came on at 8:00, and probably some people are watching that other stuff. Yeah. So actually, some people have said they were watching.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock choice for us. Will we go with the Marbles or will we go Star
Are you
Trek?
singing Annie?
Yeah.
The text line, Dave, is
Orphan Annie.
800-905-0989.
800-905-0989.
Dave said he sent a text.
Perhaps I should refresh.
Refresh. I shall also freshly re.
Okay, I do not see a text.
I just have one that says I'm beautiful. Beautiful person.
It's true. I am beautiful.
I am not grumpy. How am I grumpy? You texted that, didn't
I
you?
didn't text this.
Yeah,
That's my
that was
number.
you. That was your number.
There is no zeros in my number.
What?
And I'm 864,
Okay, it's
not
weird
803.
that Dave says he sent a text and we haven't gotten it yet.
Yes, Dave, have you managed to get yourself blocked again?
Oh, I didn't think about people being blocked and actually voting. We could blame that on.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had such good reactions this entire time, and all of a sudden, nothing.
But I've noticed as
No
well.
one cares about Star
sometimes
Trek or Marbles.
It slows down completely. I'll be talking about a topic on Sunday nights with Odie Fitzgerald. I'll be talking about a topic on Sunday night, and all of a sudden, I'll just get a huge amount of text for no reason.
Text something to the text line. Not one of those answers, but text something. Let's make sure it's still working. We haven't gotten a text in 8 minutes.
Maybe the text line's broken.
That's why we're testing it. That's why we're doing that.
Ah.
Okay. All right. Plus, now I can see if it's the same number as the one that said that. No, it's
See,
a
it's
different
not.
number.
It's a different
right,
number.
Right.
Told you that.
There's always multiple reasons why he does what he does.
Yes. I wanted to compare the numbers.
That is why
It's
you're
also a true statement as well. So, you know.
Well, you know.
you're the Bugs Bunny of the station.
Who?
Him.
Hunting rabbits.
He is the rabbit.
Does that mean I'm Elmer Fudd?
No, Bugs Bunny is the ultra thin.
So who else was that you testing?
Huh?
Someone else texted testing, but they did not text Star Trek or Marbles. I
This is
mean,
your golden
Probably Dave.
opportunity to influence the vote.
come on.
Star Marbles or Trek Marbles.
Oh, that was Odie. No, it's the person who said that Odie's happy.
Well, you see, in a world that's kind of chewed me up and spit me out in the last 6 months, kind of have to be.
Thank you for
Fair
someone, and it wasn't the same person.
Now, the different person.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
But whoever's doing it,
I can't
is
believe it.
listening.
I mean, it sucks that they sent that particular thing, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, something that I thought would be a front runner has now been removed.
Yeah.
So classic
really?
classic toys are winning out.
Well, see, the thing is, I kind of wasn't given those toys.
Okay.
You know, it's just one of those.
I was surprised. I thought I was going to be the only one that said marbles.
And then Star Trek. Now someone came through with Star Trek. I don't think I had any Star Trek toys either, but I actually know I think I may have had a Captain Kirk
Did you?
action figure,
have
18-inch, and Spock. Now that I think about it,
Your dad fingered it?
what?
I was just saying what Dave said.
I
He's
did
trying to
get
say
that
fat
figured,
fingered.
Yeah.
What?
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Cameron and Matthew and Odie, you're not allowed to dance to that song.
Why?
Because you're not. We all know why. Because you don't recognize that as a good song. We've talked about that a bunch, about the cantina scene and about how those bits jam.
Yeah.
And you didn't like it. You didn't know what it was.
Oh, I poo-pooed upon the whole thing,
Right.
but I can still dance to it.
No, you can't.
If
No,
it is
you are
in
not
my
allowed.
brain, if it is in
You
my
are not
brain,
allowed.
I am allowed to dance to it.
You are
So you would dance to
you-
music you dislike.
you are
Mm.
Biff denied.
Listen, I can dance if I want to, but I have to leave my friends behind because if them friends don't dance, then they're no friends of mine.
Can you do the dance?
Everybody's taking a chance.
That's the dance. You never saw the video?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We were doing the safety dance. All right. So during the break,
Do we have to put cones on our heads or like?
no.
No, we don't
and
have.
and we have no dwarf or little person or whatever.
I was just thinking, it's like,
right now.
was there a little person in
Yeah,
that
It was.
video?
I could ask my son to come in. I mean, he's
Yeah, well,
a
maybe.
small guy.
All right. So Marbles actually beat out Star Trek during the break. We've got one more matchup, and then we're going to move on to some other stuff in the last half hour of the show. This next one is interesting because both of them have to do with wheels. The first one is Micro Machines. Now, Micro Machines are little bitty cars. And if you're wondering, yes, Hot Wheels shows up on another part of the bracket, but these are little tiny cars. I believe Kevin McAllister used Micro Machines in one of the Home Alones because
Was it to cause great pain?
yes, because they're nearly as bad as Legos, which does show up later also. So we've got Micro Machines, which had that fast talking dude, the dude who could talk faster than anybody in the world, is the fastest talker in the world, who would talk about Micro Machines and the commercials. Do you remember that, Odie? Did they have those in
Yeah,
Ireland?
no, we did.
Yeah. Going up against the Big Wheel.
See,
All
we
right,
didn't
so-
have that. We
So
didn't have
here's the
big wheels.
thing. Yeah, no big wheels,
No, we didn't have big
and it ain't no equivalent of big wheels.
With
all right, so-
tricycles, but no.
so
big
big
wheels.
That's
wheels
like a
were
tricycle, right?
yeah, but it's more of a toy. I didn't put bicycles on here on purpose. I don't think.
Well,
I
no,
did. Maybe I
mean
did
tricycle,
somewhere.
Tricycle.
But this is more like a tricycle. This is like a trainer for that sort of thing. But the big wheel had the ones that we had. You could be cruising along and you reach down and you pull that handle and
Oh, yeah.
you throw that brake on that back big fat tire
Yeah.
and you could spin out.
No, the front tire was.
No. On these,
Yeah.
there's basically what's a handbrake. So you reach back and you hit it and it puts the brake on the back and then you're drifting.
Yeah, but where did you have the big wheel? Was it in the front or the back?
The big wheel's in the front. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Because I know there is other ones that have the big wheel on the back.
How does that work?
Yeah, don't.
It was a reverse tricycle. It had
Yeah.
two wheels in the front, and you steered with the one
All
on
right,
the back.
that's
Why is
that's-
everything backwards?
Yeah, it's wow.
And we didn't have them either. But
He's
I
not even
saw
from
them.
Australia, and he's talking about backward.
Get
things.
eyebrows.
Yeah, it's so anyway.
Did I have a big wheel?
No, we didn't have any place to ride it. You can't.
What did I ride through the woods when I was?
That was a
little?
bicycle. You can't.
that
You
a
cannot. Yeah, you cannot ride a big wheel on gravel.
You rode a
It
hog.
just it does not work because it's a hard plastic wheel. It's not. I mean,
All I remember was
Yeah.
laughing like a maniac, and everybody else was scared.
yeah, including me because I thought he was going to clip a tree and he did not. All right, so Micro Machines versus big wheels. Let's go with Odie first because since they didn't have them, we can kind of guess what he's going with. Are you looking up big wheels to see what they are?
Yeah, no, I see them. I can see them. They're cool. They are really cool. They're kind of
You
like.
see the handbrake thing? You see them throwing the brake and
No, it's not on them.
yeah, see them throwing the brake on and seeing them slide. You're just watching the wrong videos. Trust
Drifting.
me. It
You
happened.
doing a Kira slide?
It was
with
the
that?
original. It was the original drifting for sure.
I'm gonna go with. You know what? I'm gonna go with big wheel.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
'cause I
all
mean
right.
they look pretty cool, and I can dig
So
it.
imagine you're 9 years old and you're jamming in your neighborhood with those and
Yeah.
your other boys. You got you a big wheel Hell's Angels.
Go for a drive.
Yeah.
And sip on a juice box.
I'm just imagining
Exactly.
like little kids with leather jackets.
If I recall, you can lift up the seat and there's a place to put stuff down there.
Oh, hands down. There you go.
There you go. All right, Cameron.
Chicken
big
dinner.
wheels, keep on turning, or Micro Machines.
I think I'm gonna keep rolling like a river with the big wheel.
Okay, that's 2 big wheels. Matthew.
I don't really remember my big wheel that much because I swapped to riding an actual bicycle very early. My brother, on the other hand, rode his big wheel
Was he a bit slower?
for years.
Was he a
as a
bit?
kid.
Was he a bit slower? Was he just kind of like, I want to stay on the big? I'm not. No, I
yeah.
will not
He
change.
did not want to swap over to that.
Really driving that
Not-
bus today, aren't you, Matthew?
No. So
Right over your
I got
brother.
in honor of my brother. I got to give him the big wheel.
All right, so there we go. I'm gonna go with big wheels too because I saw something
That's
in
right.
my grandma's neighborhood, which was a safe road that we could ride stuff on because it was like a dead end street, and you had to go through a bunch of things to get back to where it was. I saw someone jump a ramp on a big wheel, which you should not be able to do. And
Why?
it was one of my cousins, and it was amazing. And those guys are daredevils and did some really stupid things. So
I'm just
yeah,
thinking the physics
It's
behind it. I
only
imagine
stupid if
it
it
was
doesn't
very
work.
easy to drive because you've got the small pedals moving the large wheel.
Well, it's more
So-
so just because it's a tricycle, so it's got more stability than a regular.
It has,
bike.
but you've got more inertia that you can build up with the small pedals pushing the bigger cog.
I also once whilst jumping ramps on my Huffy, my sister rode her. A Huffy, it's a kind of bicycle. It's a name brand. Had a banana seat on it. So I was jumping a ramp, and my sister drove her big wheel right in front of me. And no, I didn't clear it. I did not clear
Okay.
it. It was
There was an obstruction. in the
it
way.
was not good for either one of us. And it was you're picking out rocks out of your kneecaps for a while. It's not fun. It's
never
not fun
fun.
at all.
I've done that.
Yeah. All
Take
right,
a stone-
so
stone out of my tooth.
Big Will is going through. We got 2 breaks or 1 break?
We've got
One more,
we've got
right?
Just
two.
one more. I think
Oh,
we're
I've got
good.
two, I've got two.
No.
What?
Are you sure?
How?
I think we just got one break.
We've already done 2 breaks.
Yeah. we
Oh yeah,
did.
no, sorry, we've
Yeah,
we've
thank
only
you,
one.
Matthew. That's what I thought. All right, so we're good. You know what you could do?
Oh yeah, because we went early. Yeah. What do you want? What do you want? Tell me.
Mm,
Talk to me.
I've changed my mind. I was going to
Okay.
go to Roundtable, but let's get to these Cartoon Network
Oh yeah.
things
Yeah.
because I do want to talk about that, and I never tease something and not get to it because that's just not me. That's not how I roll. By the way, the bracket will continue over the next month or so. And all right. So according to slashfilm.com, which apparently experts on cartoons too, they put in their top 15 Cartoon Network shows from the 2000s. And you guys can decide if you agree with this list or not, starting at number 15 with Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Never saw it.
I'm surprised that's so low.
Well, this is their choices. And
Yeah.
I disagree with a lot of their choices. Cameron, what do you think about Foster's?
Oh, I loved it. I love the very idea of it because it's something that I would have wanted to like live in, like the kind of world there. Because I would create so many different things.
Let's go say you did live in it because we lived in a place where we didn't live next to friends.
All I had were my imaginary friends growing up.
Yes. Matthew, did you like Foster's Home for Imaginary
oh,
Friends?
absolutely. It is up there as one of the best.
All right. This next one is the only one that I haven't heard of before. It's Megas XLR.
Oh man, really? I've no idea what that is.
Yeah, there's no way you know.
I think a lot of it's just going to be ignoring Odie's commentary.
Yes. So either one of you ever heard of Megas XLR?
Indeed, I have.
Ooh, okay. What was it about?
So, basically, guy has a monster truck that turns into a giant robot to fight monsters.
You know what?
It's-
Maybe I have seen that.
I like how you went a little bit southern for that description too.
There you go.
He is the main
monster truck.
character is very much southern hillbilly type of guy.
You know what, Dad?
There we go.
He's fighting robots.
So,
he's
this-
doing God's work.
This is the main character's the one on the right.
I have seen that. I did see
No,
that.
it's
To
All
me, that looks like
Stick
Mattel
with
is
the-
going to sue somebody.
it's
All
a
right.
stupid.
Well, it was
fun
out. It was
show.
out a long time ago, I think. So maybe it's not
It's-
there anymore because of that.
It belongs in the bottom of the top 15.
All right.
Yeah,
It's
it's like it's
number-
a fun
Foster's
show,
better.
but there are a lot of better shows.
It's
Number
slightly
13 is one of the weirdest shows on this list. And it's Chowder, which is a
Oh my gosh, I love Chowder.
It's
This,
Rada?
more
this
recent.
should be top 5.
Rada,
Okay.
rada, rada.
Chowder should be top 5.
It's,
Rada.
it's very weird. I mean, I'm not saying
Rada?
that's a bad thing. It's just it's like, what the heck are we watching? Okay, all
Huh.
right. I still don't know what it is, but okay, let's keep watching it. Number 12 is going to make someone angry. Number 12, according to slashfilm.com, codename Kids Next Door.
Another one that should be top
How?
5.
How is it that low?
No idea of any of these.
Of course, it's okay, Odie.
You weren't a kid
You know,
in the 2000s.
everything's. I mean,
I'm still a kid.
I cannot
I
cater to
still
everybody.
remember watching the TV movie event, Operation Zero, and it still holds up. Operation Zero is unironically peak television.
Did you ever play the video game though?
I played some of the video games. I played the video game on CartoonNetwork.com.
That one.
was the
Okay.
make your own character thing.
I never did that.
You never did that? Yeah, they had like a little.
I feel like I missed out.
They had a couple CartoonNetwork.com games for Kids Next Door that were really fun.
Can I have a quick aside? Toilinator was also one of the dumbest villains of all time, and it
He's
was
the goat.
fantastic.
I love him.
Some dude had it as his gamer tag in Halo Reach.
Yeah.
He took out my sister in the game, and I made it my mission to defeat him. We had an epic battle, but I defeated the Toilinator.
Which is it's an amazing feat. All right, number 11, which I think should be top 3, at least for me, or maybe top 4, is The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
I think that it belongs right around 6
Oh,
or
he's
7.
looking all these up. This is great. We actually
Grim
play a
Adventures
cut
of Billy
from
and
this.
Mandy. I was not allowed to watch as a kid.
I can understand why. I mean,
Yeah.
because it was, death. They're hanging around with
I've
death.
of course watched it since.
Yeah.
Fantastic series. I think that there's a few that are like really heavier hitters, but it's still like it's one echelon behind the top 5.
Yeah,
I feel like it should be more middle or like higher.
Okay. I play Billy on the air 6 days a week. So, I mean, there's that. All right. The next one, number 10, which should be absolutely Odie's favorite. Can you guess?
Powerpuff Girls?
No. That's funny, though.
Do the monkey with me.
Yes.
I have it up on my phone.
You're
Uh,
right.
Johnny
Holy
Bravo.
crap, you're right.
Johnny Bravo.
Check the pics.
All right. He knows Johnny Bravo.
Of course he does.
Yes, he does. Johnny Bravo.
Oh, mama.
Yes, I love
Oh,
the Mystery
mama.
Machine and all that stuff. That was really, really good. All right, number 9, way too low. This should be top 3. Teen Titans.
Oh yeah,
How
that's a top
dare
3.
they?
Yeah, not Teen Titans
should be
Go,
number
but Teen
1.
Titans. I mean, the whole angle with Tara.
I would put.
I
it
mean,
at
that was
my-
so messed up.
It depends on if they include Adventure Time. If they do, I would put Adventure Time at number 1. If they don't, then Teen Titans is my number 1. But I could see an argument for it not being 1 and being somewhere in the top 3.
I understand your point of view, but from my perspective, I'd say Teen Titans.
Yeah, Teen Titans was. I love Teen Titans.
It was the best show.
We are so
of my
offended by
childhood.
Teen Titans Go, but Teen Titans Go is catering to a certain age group,
Yes.
and we know someone who's really into. That's one of the
We
favorite
know
shows.
the age group.
Yeah, we do. All right, the next one at number 8 is Dexter's Laboratory.
Another really fun, great one that should have been rounding out the top 15.
Yeah, it should have been near the bottom. I still loved it, but
Exactly.
Come
yeah.
on.
it's like
No,
none
that
of these.
DT, get out to my
That should have been,
laboratory.
yeah, that should have been right up there. That should be number 2.
So did you watch Dexter's
Oh, yeah.
Laboratory? All right, so we're starting to
Normally,
get into stuff.
when drunk. Just
Okay,
saying,
all right.
Just putting it out there.
Did it make it better?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, all right. The next one is Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Oh, that's included.
Yes, on this list.
Am I right or wrong in
Oh,
saying that they
God.
done one of the episodes was, I know it was a certain kind of drawing, but
Yeah,
did
it
they
started in
change the
2008.
drawing style of it? Was there a few episodes where it was like
Which
I
show
wanna
are we
say
talking
the-
about? We still talking
the
we're talking about
Clone Wars? Yeah, did they change the because
Admittedly, I only
talking-
watched a couple
Are
episodes.
we
of it.
talking the? We're talking the 2008 one.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
The Clone Wars. Was there
All
one?
right.
Was there
The
not an
3D
episode
animated.
where it was really like it was like Samurai Jack, where it
You're,
changed?
you're thinking of
You're
the
thinking of Gendy
2003 one,
Tartakovsky's one from 2003.
which was also awesome.
No, but this was just one episode within the series. So I think it could have.
No. There are 2 separate Clone Wars.
Oh,
series.
okay.
There's the one in 2003 that came around at the same time as Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, no, but there was one that was slightly manga kind of looking, and then there was one episode in particular where Anakin got all these scars on his face, and it was really manga, and I was like,
No, that's
just
what we're
remember this.
talking about.
Yeah.
That's a Ginny.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Tartakovsky.
let us move on in the interest of
Also,
time.
how dare they?
Number 6 is the Powerpuff Girls, and I wonder who Odie's favorite character on the Powerpuff Girls would be.
The professor, or the doctor, or
That's-
whatever.
that's- the mayor's assistant would be. I forget. her,
That's who I thought it
I
was.
forget her name.
That's who
That's
I was
the- yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
Either that or
You know,
him.
She had red hair, if I recall.
Listen, I've got out with redheads in my time.
Okay, all right.
Actually,
Even
no, I'm going to mention a redhead that I went out with many years ago. Her name was Sabrina, and if you're listening, I remember you shot me. You shot me. Yes, you did. was with an air rifle, but she
I
shot
was
me.
gonna say it's not
I
shot through the
remember
heart.
the
near the
Powerpuff
blame.
Girls.
I had the same
the
thought.
TV movie that also got released in theaters, also peak television.
Yes, I agree. Love the Powerpuff Girls. I used to make fun of my daughter saying she loved Blossom, and she would get very angry about that. All
My
right.
favorite character is Mojo Jojo.
Yes. Love
Mojo
Mojo Jojo. Still bring up Mojo Jojo all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Even in this building, when someone goes, I am now going to turn the board on. And then when I turn the board on, I'm going to turn this fader up. And then I'm going to turn this. It's like,
I should
okay,
not turn the dial to 6.
yeah, stop doing that. All right. The next one on this list, according to slashfilm.com, is about a stupid dog. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
No.
You never watched Courage the Cowardly Dog?
I wasn't allowed to as a kid, of course. Another one that I did watch still and have watched in full since.
You let me watch all the
fantastic.
scary stuff.
Not all of it. All right. The next one is number 4, Ben 10, which I know Cameron was really
If
into
we're-
Ben 10.
I
Only talking about OG Ben 10, I assume.
yeah.
yeah.
I remember my nephew was.
I love
really
that one
big
a lot
into it,
more
but
than I
that was
did.
it.
All right. Number 3, Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. To me, should be number 1.
Oh God, I
Yeah.
completely forgot about that.
Yeah,
That's included in that.
I am currently watching with my granddaughter the first season of Justice League.
Justice League should
Yeah.
be number 1. Teen Titans should be number 2, in my opinion.
It's very good. It's the first time you got to
Very
see.
close.
It's better than Super Friends, which I grew up watching. But Justice League Unlimited is amazing
Yes.
because it's the first time you get to see Booster Gold and a bunch of
Oh,
those
yeah.
characters. All right, number 2 is the one show on this list that Cameron was not allowed to watch.
Ed, and Eddie.
Ed, and Eddie. Yes,
I love that show.
of course you did. That's exactly
it
why he
says
couldn't
so
watch
many
it.
things.
Another one when I was drunk.
Probably my favorite one as a kid was Ed, and Eddie.
I
Were
probably
you allowed
shouldn't
to
have
watch that one?
Oh, yeah.
That's weird because
My mom loved Ed,
all right,
and Eddie.
Cameron watched one episode of Ed, and Eddie and started to act it out. I was like, yep, that's it. We're done.
I'm thinking
We're
I
done.
probably shouldn't have
I'm
been.
surprised.
Cameron, you were really little, dude.
I was.
Anyway, all right, and
I'm just
finally,
thinking I shouldn't have been watching
I'd
these
never heard
as
of
a
people
drunk
not being
kid.
allowed to watch Ed, and Eddie.
yeah, as a drunk kid,
A
you
drunk
probably
kid, I
should.
probably shouldn't
Yeah.
have been watching.
By the
these.
way,
I'm
you should.
kidding.
Yeah, he's just joking.
I'm mess.
I hope.
I'm
Number 1 is Samurai Jack.
Oh yes, I can go with that.
I get it.
I can go with that.
All right,
I
as-
think that this is a bad list,
Yeah.
but I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less from
you're-
one of these
I think
random.
you're a bad list.
All right, so we're gonna go to break. When we come back, we're gonna hit the lightning round. Viper Dave says should be DBZ number 1 and Gundam Wing X. By the way, love those.
Those aren't Cartoon Network shows.
Yeah, that's Toonami and those are anime actually.
They were aired on Cartoon
Yes.
Network, but they're not Cartoon Network shows.
They're not.
They're
All right, you're
originals.
listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
But on Toonami, they had the best way to do promos.
By the way, loving Diamond so far.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you.
I'm glad to hear. I'm caught up.
Yeah, we've only watched
I've
it.
been watching it for like 3-4 months now.
Yeah, we're watching the English version. If I have to read, then I'm not looking at the animation. I'm not looking at stuff. And even as someone who does several things at once for his job, I would like to just,
I get it. I also think that Dragon Ball is one of the things that it has a very
Come a
solid,
little bit
granted,
closer, you might
90%
get
of,
it.
no Angry
anime
Beavers,
nowadays
Chris.
are
Sorry.
but
I like
Stop
that.
it.
What?
exactly.
I did though. I
We
liked
actually have
Angry
an English
Beavers.
prequel
You're
nowadays.
so angry.
I don't think I ever watched a single episode of
It's-
Angry Beavers.
It's
I did.
still a little
Again,
restricted,
drunk.
mostly because of Crunchyroll themselves.
The thing is we used to. I used to live in a house with a few guys.
I know you told us about that. Before,
And-
yeah.
We'd come home and Cartoon Network was 24 hours, so you'd be watching come home from a night out and start watching.
Bunch of Irish people watching Angry Beavers. Yeah, that sounds exciting.
That sounds about right.
all drunk from a
Yeah.
night out.
Yeah.
And more than likely nights where we didn't get the shift, and it was kind of like, I told you the shift. It's a French kiss in Ireland. We just can't talk about the French.
I thought you said the shift.
The shift.
Yeah. We weren't bleeding, so
The shift.
let's watch TV.
It's very funny. There was
Does Ireland have like the equivalent any cartoons?
Osquelga, Irish cartoons in Irish, like
Okay.
some of
I
them.
was right. I watched every single show on that list.
Like He-Man was in Irish. It was.
See, the one I didn't
translated.
think I knew. Once you explained it, I have seen some of that. So
There was a lot of the shows, and they were voiced over.
So they what
Yeah,
they
yeah.
they overdub
Yeah.
it just in Irish English?
Irish.
Just in,
in-
okay.
in the
How
Irish
were the
language, yeah.
flaps? Were the flaps good?
The what?
The mouth flaps. Did it match up
Oh.
well?
Was it like watching a
Well enough.
old-fashioned kung fu movie?
No, it was kind of funny because yeah,
'Cause, like-
the old fashioned they'd put in extra words.
Because
and
the Irish would be a lot more involved than the English would be. I'd imagine.
Well, you would think it'd be
It
closer
works.
to the Japanese, though. I mean, because of
it worked.
the syllables. Japanese has more syllables, just like
Yeah.
what we've heard from him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There was a lot of it.
'Cause there'd be a
when-
lot more to cram in.
There was a lot more.
Space
of
Ghost
when
Coast to Coast was not. I mean,
The people were off
was
screen.
I mean,
That was an adult show.
I
What was
still love the. I have the theme song on my Spotify. I wish it was longer.
All I'm thinking of is a Glass Animal song. But
Do you
Come
know
on
anything
in.
about the Snapcube real-time fan dubs?
Do you know what was very funny? The Smurfs in Irish
The
was
actual
really funny.
voice actor of Mephiles did the thing. Well, not the thing, but another thing.
oh God.
The introduction thing, not the not
There's a
the
lot
rumor.
that they probably shouldn't do from that.
I'll say, what you talking
Also,
about? The thing, Matthew?
I gotta say, my favorite
What
thing
are
was
you
the fact
doing?
that Alfred
You ain't Odie?
did the whole thing about the island exploding. He had no idea that the
Oh,
island.
he doesn't know
actually-
any. He didn't know anything about science.
No,
Going into any of that stuff is great.
of course the bad thing
I
is
didn't know.
What about
It's like-
Ren and Stimpy? Were they not on Cartoon Network?
Nickelodeon.
It was
Were they
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon?
No, he did the.
They were
like,
my
I
name
hope you know
is
that.
Yeah, that's why.
Memphis,
No, it's
Tennessee.
not.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. They were just
Cat Dog, stuff like that.
I liked
mean,
Cat Dog.
Yeah. I mean, they were into
The actual voice actor.
the one I couldn't get. Cow and chicken. That
Like-
was terrible.
oh, I like Cow and Chicken.
Yeah,
You know who's a big fan of Cow and Chicken?
Go on.
Charlie James.
Is he?
Yeah.
But it was-
We were doing when we were doing the bracket for cartoons.
Yeah.
It was when he first started working here. He was texting him, why is there no Cow and
The
Chicken?
actual voice actor.
I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was weird. I mean, there was a devil in it.
Yeah, it was.
I
Yeah.
was like, what the?
There was a devil in the Powerpuff Girls
Yeah,
too.
there was.
Singing, you fall.
All right, guys.
All right, it is lightning round time where we squeeze in as many stories as we possibly can. The last couple minutes of the show. Let us start with the Odyssey movie, which is going forward. And I had to tell Odie because he was like, Odyssey, what is that?
Is that available on the Odyssey app?
It's no,
Oh.
it's not.
Are you guys making a movie?
It's not Odyssey. Yeah, we make one every Saturday night from 7 to 9 p.m. It's Odyssey as in the Odyssey.
Homer's Odyssey.
Did you have to read that in high school?
I never did. No,
You
Yeah.
really never read the Odyssey?
no, I didn't. I
That's
should probably read it at some
crazy.
point.
Yeah, you
Was it
should.
Marge
There's some
and-
things I've missed out on.
and Bart in it. And-
All right. For some reason, I didn't print out the story, but I do remember that Tom Holland's in it. John Barathol was just added. Matt Damon's in it. Zendaya's in it. There's a ton of actors going to be in this, and they're trying to figure out who's going to be who. They haven't named who's going to be Odysseus.
Hmm.
So, but more likely it's going to be Matt Damon because of age. But I'm kind of interested in it. All right. Ryan Gosling is in negotiations to join a Star Wars movie.
I'd watch it.
Do you think he'd be more of like an
Sean
underworld
Levy's Star Wars movie, which has nothing to do with anything. I'd be interested to see if they can make a movie that has a Star Wars movie with no Skywalker connection, if it'll work. I know Mandalorian and Grogu's coming up.
It
but
should
that's
work if they do it well.
That's 26. That's coming out. The Mando one.
26 of what?
The 2026.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say,
Oh, sorry.
then it's no. That would be like
On the 32nd of the
That
15th.
would be like tomorrow. I think it's coming out tomorrow. All right, Green Lantern. The Lantern series has found its Sinestro, and he is Ulrich Thompson, who was in the blacklist. Yes.
I
He
probably
is
know
going
him.
to be Sinestro. It's already got some really good actors in the series. I'm very interested to see how they're going to do it and how they're going to how the CGI is going to work in the show. 'Cause,
Is it Eric Thompson or Ulrich Thompson?
it's Ulrich
Okay. Because there is an Eric Thompson apparently.
from Liechtenstein. No, it's
Liechtenstein?
Ulrich. It's Ulrich.
Spell it.
UL Rich.
Ulrich.
That's what I said.
No, you
He's
said
Danish,
Ulrich.
by the
I
way.
said Ulrich.
It's Ulrich.
I said Ulrich.
Ulrich Liechtenstein Thompson. Ulrich. I know these things. I'm not from around these
I
parts.
said Ulrich.
Oh yeah. I
I'm
know-
sorry
I
if you
know.
don't understand my accent, Matthew. Sorry.
Did you say Ulrich or
I
Ulrich?
said Ulrich.
I don't need to know where I'm going. I just need to know where
I'm
I'm
trying
going.
to stretch to see if Cameron can figure out who it is, but he's taking forever to get there. All right.
Even I got there, and I'm terrible.
All right. I just want to say shout out to Joe Hendry. We believed, and he is now the TNA champion.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Who sings that?
Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry.
Yeah, Joe Hendry
Keep it
sings.
that way.
Yeah, Joe Hendry sings.
Oh,
it.
that was funny.
Yeah,
This
yeah. Wow. Was that
Odie,
was that
you're
an
always
Irish
so
joke?
original.
I don't care.
Was that what that was an Irish joke? Was it?
I think Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, and expecting a different result.
Hey, he's having a good time.
Eventually, that joke
Remember,
will be funny.
remember, he's happy and I'm grumpy. It sounds like you're grumpy. All right, Paul McCartney is very upset. We ran out of time because he said a lot of things that I was going to give to Odie to read. Because
I can read it now. I can
because
just say I'm
Odie said,
very
I don't know if
upset.
we have time.
But I can just say I'm very upset. They don't like my songs anymore, and I don't have Apple Records anymore.
All right, let's see if you can find where my thumb is.
Or as he would say, Tom.
Tom.
Yeah. You get young girls coming up, and they're beautiful songs, and they don't even know it. They don't even own it. They don't even know what's going on. And anyone who wants to can just rip them off. The truth is, money is going somewhere. Somebody's getting paid. Why shouldn't somebody sit down and say, "Oh, I wrote yesterday"?
All right, so what this is about, it's about AI. And the government in Great Britain is going to do training by having AI learn songs.
Oh.
And without permission. And so he's not really happy about that, and nor should he be. All right, visitors to New York Botanic Gardens, they're going there for a whiff of a flower that smells like what, Matthew?
But I don't know.
Okay, Cameron.
It's a very educated thing. Pickles.
Pickles. All right, what does this flower smell like? Odie.
Rotting fish.
All right. Visitors to Brooklyn Botanic Garden, Botanic, are flocking to see and smell a rare blooming plant known for its putrid scent, reminiscent of rotting flesh. So they're going there to smell a flower that smells like rotting flesh. And my question is,
I listed a body part, therefore I was technically the
Yeah,
closest.
yeah.
I said running
He didn't
flesh.
say
all right,
body part.
all right. Have you ever smelled anything and go, man, that smells like rotting flesh? I don't know what rotting flesh smells like. I mean, I've had sores before. They don't smell good.
I've smelled rotting
Yeah,
flesh.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
If you've ever had meat in the freezer or the fridge go bad, it's that.
I've smelled a gangrenous cut.
a gangrenous cut.
Yes.
You said cut.
Cut.
C-U-T.
Gangrenous cut.
Yes. Yes. It's absolutely what
But that's
he
not the
said.
big thing about that that plant. The big thing about that plant is it's the shape of it. Just gonna say, I'm just gonna leave it there. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's this one is not the plant that you think of. This is an Amorphophilus Stephanophyllus Amorphophilus gigas.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Did
All
you
right,
have a friend
so
in Rome?
for those of you who thought that the bracket was over forever, you're not the only one, but it's not. It's back. We will continue next week with our boy toy bracket. Thanks for all the texts. Thanks for all of the reaction on the stream. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD. Bye-bye.
End of transmission.
So a couple of those games that are coming out on Game Pass, and one of them's the Swamp game.
That looks
This
a
is
lot
coming
better
out
than what I thought
in
it would.
April. A bunch of these are coming out really soon. But the one, and I threw it away, that's got a number name to it, is turn-based.
Yeah,
And
I
it
saw
looks-
that too.
It looks like something Final Fantasy-ish.
But it
Yeah,
has
it's
some
pretty
real
good.
time within the turn
Yeah,
base.
yeah, it looks pretty cool. But thought they were gonna play do the Oblivion thing, and they did not. That was disappointing.
Well, they might wait on that.
Yeah, they
Or
might.
might not be done yet.
All right. Thank you to everyone who said it was a great show. You're right.
I know it was just because of me, because
Yeah.
I am amazing. And I'm modest as well.
We got 2 words for you. Okay.
Go for it. Oh, is it a cross?
Yeah, it's like this, Odie. It's like this.
Ah, fair enough.
All right.
I didn't bring it all the way down.
Do you know
Yeah.
what? I will. I don't care.
Yeah, we know.
At this
All right,
stage,
all right.
don't care.
Say goodbye. Oh no! See why you spoil it for Mark? I got that recording. I got collision
Mark.
recording also. I wish she wouldn't have come back. I was liking the
Yeah, Mark.
unless she's actually wrestling the new Tony Storm, which is the old Tony Storm. All right, Odie, that's your name.
Yeah.
You have a show on Sunday nights
I
that
have
you
a
didn't
show.
plug on the air.
I mean,
You did on the stream, but you didn't plug it on the air. That's your fault.
well, I don't mind plugging on the stream.
All
You
right.
can listen. What's my show called? Sunday Nights with Odie Fitzgerald. Only here on Newstalk 99. We're going to lead it 8 o'clock.
Oh my God, that was honest. You actually forgot.
I did. Yeah, no, I did.
You did. I
really
forgot.
did.
All right, Matthew, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Cameron, you made it.
I did. I survived.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And I will
Lana Walia.
talk to
I
you
don't
guys
think you can do
Monday
that to all
morning,
of them.
6 a.m. Hopefully, we'll be talking about Chiefs victory. If not, I will be talking about how you guys got what you wanted.
Roll Tide.
Go Chiefs.
Well, that's the word, isn't
Goodbye.
it?
Goodbye.